Hello, everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv/, The Onyx Path, where we have returned for the first time in 2024 for a brand new session of Mage the Awakening Point of No Retreat in the capable hands of our esteemed, illustrious, and well-loved storyteller, Tom Murr. And now, before we dive into the game and I hand things over to Tom, a couple things I want to make sure that everybody is aware of. Be sure you're keeping an eye on the Monday meeting notes. They've announced a forthcoming crowdfunding campaign that's very exciting. They're going to be doing kind of some, basically some reprints of some previously published core books, including like updated Scion core that'll have some of the errata worked into it, things along those lines. And that is going to be kicking off sometime in the very near future, possibly even next week. Keep an eye on the Monday meeting notes over at theonyxpath.com for details on that. And I will throw that up there in the chat. So take a look at that. That link will tell you what's going on. Also, it's the New Year, New Game sale over at Drive Through RPG. So several of our core books and jump starts are on sale between 20 and 40% off. It's a great time to try out a new game. If you haven't been keeping up on things, we have several new jump starts that have released in the last couple of months. And if you keep an eye on the channel, hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll start to see some more of those in play over the next few weeks. So if you want to go check out that, head over to drivethroughrpg.com, go to the Onyx Path page, and you'll be able to see everything that is currently on sale. Now that I have paid the bills, I will shut up and hand the reins over to our illustrious storyteller. Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. And I'm very much looking forward to us breaking more rules and more laws of physics in this amazing episode of Point of No Retreat with our Mage the Awakening second edition game. I was just thinking what amazing game I could recommend to get for this start playing games month. No, what's it called? New Year, New Game month. That's it.
Yep. So we're doing. There's the New Year, New Game sale, and I'm glad you brought up the start playing thing. We also do have our start playing game weekend at the end of every month through our buddies over at Start Playing, and that, in case you're unfamiliar with the program, that allows you to actually hire a experienced game master, story guide, storyteller to run games for you. You can post up there. I have the wrong dates in the thing that the Nightbot just posted, so I'll fix that momentarily. But the link should still be good. You can head over to Start Playing and look and see what's on offer. This month we're focusing on Trinity Assassins, but you can really kind of run kind of like whatever you'd like, as long as it's an Onyx Path game. And that's the 26th to the 28th. So that's the Start Playing one. But please continue.
That's right. Yeah. So I of course recommend Changeling the last, but
That's fair. I have a couple of games listed actually. This month I'm going to be running. What am I running? I'm running Assassins on Friday night, and then I'm running The World Below on Saturday morning.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and those are America times. So if you're in Europe, I believe the Saturday morning one might actually be good for you because it's 10 a.m. Central or 11 a.m. Central. We're starting. So
And I can recommend Travis as a DM.
That's
very
very,
much,
that's
or
very
another
sweet of you.
storyteller.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But continue, Tom. Sorry.
I think
didn't mean to step on your toes there. Go ahead.
it's all right. I just need to get my scatterbrain together and not tell you about the amazing days that I have in front of me with a Wesen game every day run by me on startplaying.games. And there's still openings for a very early game on Friday and some reasonable timed games on Saturday and Sunday. So not to mention any of that here on the stream. So, what I was actually about to tell you is that we are going to return to our beautiful, beautiful castle somewhere in the mid-European mountain range. I think we can say it's the Alps, or maybe it's a little bit east to that. We, to be honest, it's very hard to tell from inside the castle where you are, because as our players found out, they're very much isolated there, buried beneath layer of layer of, let's call them protective spells. And they are there because they have been brought into a company retreat by the amazing, amazing, and incredible life enhancer called Helix Inc. And all of our player characters are working in different departments of this company, and they are there for 5 days of pure merriment and enjoyment, and possibly the world's largest escape room, rumor-wise. And not only did they discover that this place follows some sacred geometry and has some buried secrets and discoverable caves with magical ponds in there, they also learned that they aren't Harry, but wizards. And they encountered the truth of reality, that what is hidden from our mortal eyes behind something that we call the lie. And they touched reality in its purest meaning, and they found access to it in a way to perceive it and to apply its rules and powers to the lie and probably the people around them. And they definitely did this with probably, to their knowledge, the most dangerous person in the whole complex. HR person Holly, who apparently knows what a mage is and probably is one herself, as she has demonstrated. And she has some mysterious plans for the place that they're living in. Apparently, there's something larger going on, and our players found out that they might be thought of as human tools in a way. Maybe, at least that's an interpretation of what they have been told. And understandably so, one or two of them got very angry. But they're better now. And so they tried to assess the situation and encountered one of the colleagues who was standing unmovingly in her bathroom. And after some inspection, our players discerned that this person, unlike 24 hours earlier, doesn't have a soul anymore. And they traced this event back a little bit, and they noticed this has to do something with the lower layers of the castle. And there were some probably violence going on or anything like this. And as far as they know, there's a huge power source of sort deep beneath the castle. And apparently many people, and especially Holly, want to get there. And if you are a mage, you have tools to look into fate in the future. And one of our careless is a harsh word. Inexperienced mages had a look into future video files and got the impression that in 5 days, most of the party will be dead. The survivor is disputable, but it might be Nancy trying turning back the time for 5 days, starting a time loop, trying to bring her companions through these days. Or it might be Eleanor who will be handed a powerful knife by Holly as an accomplice and ally for at least another day. Now, let's start returning. But before we can re-enter the castle and pick up the lead that was dug out within the last few minutes of our last game session, let's introduce my wonderful, beloved, astounding players. And we shall start with Josie this time. Hi, Josie. Tell us who you are and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Josie. I'm gonna play Eleanor, or Ellie for short. Um, and I really hope that what Nancy saw wasn't true, because I don't like that shit, and I don't like where she's going, and I don't like where any of this is going.
Very much understandable. Yes. Thank you. Hello, Ren. Who are you and who are you going to play?
Hello. Yes, my name is Ren, they, them, and I will be once again be playing Dr. Brian Gilbert, who is already so tired of all of this, but is still hoping that he will once again get back to the wonderful world of mathematics that he got in the beginning, because then it might all be worth it.
Thank you. Next up, Ipsy.
Hi, it's Ipsy. Once again, suffering from I'm Too Beautiful disease, and here as a spokesperson for the I'm Too Beautiful Disease Foundation. I have nothing really to promote, but I'm going to be playing Judith, the adjudicator, Judge, Judy, and executioner, who is going to follow all the rules, even if it kills her, and especially if it kills her.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was some foreshadowing for this last session. Ooh. Thank you. Last but not least, the amazing Travis.
You're too kind. I'm playing Nancy Nighthawk, the resident graphic designer, curmudgeon, and angsty goth girl who is unhappy, just downright unhappy. One might say cross, one might even say a bit testy with her current circumstances. She's doing her best to calm down and accept the fact that there's no way to escape her immediate scenario, but escape nevertheless is still her goal.
Thank you. Okay. Within the last spell of last session, fate was tested. It asked for what might be the route that will lead to the least bloodshed in surviving the next 4.5 days. And fate gave an answer to that. And it gave the name of Ray Turner. One member of the development team who was seen together with Sophie Bogard, who is our soulless companion standing in her bathroom. Although I think you put her into bed. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We will remind each other of important game details during the game if necessary. And now it is time to return. Rising up in altitude to the high mountains of Central Europe. It is night time. And we can see the dark sky. Here and there, a few clouds, but you can see the moon brightly shining, and its beams are reflected by the rooftops of this wonderful, enchanted castle on the mountainside. Here's practically no light pollution. So you would be able, or should be able, to see all the stars, the Milky Way, all these lights out there. But instead, we can see only the brightest stars, powerful enough to send their light this far, this strong to us. And between them, escaping darkness, emptiness, in a way like this deep abyss separating us from the world that we actually know exists. And some of this darkness between the stars, some of this emptiness seeps down from the sky into every unawakened soul. And we hear these people, these souls, celebrating in the huge hall, having drinks, having conversations, making stupid, horrible corporate jokes, trying to pretend to be friends or actually making human connections, playing a few games, eating some very nice food, but in the end, all of them are unaware of what's really going on with your awakened senses. All four of you are not constantly reminded of the pulsating core, the heart, the well below you, somewhere down there. An enormous power source. What would be possible if you could tap into that? You came back from the watchtowers with a mere fraction of your knowledge and power. You're back separated. But maybe this well can reconnect you if you wanted that. Meaning you will survive the coming 5 days. Is this place really as heartless for ordinary people as Holly wants you to believe? Or is there more to it? What happened to Sophie? And what does Ray know? I'm sure you will find out. And so we return to the four of you, standing in the brisk, cold air, just outside of the light of a lantern in the middle of the courtyard. And I want to know, what is your next step?
We've been awake this whole time, right? Not like awakened, like conscious. We've been conscious pretty much since we got here, right?
Yes.
I mean, I would imagine that fatigue is probably. We've had a big day. So I think Nancy might want to go get some rest.
Yeah.
Go take a nap. Try to get a better perspective on. Maybe she'll wake up and feel better about all this nonsense. It's not likely. Don't put any money on it, but you know.
Like Dr. Gilbert's probably still a bit stuck with the big great ball of fire somewhere underneath me that I still have not been allowed to go check out. So before bed, I might do a little walk, as I was doing before, to check out where it might lead me. And then if I find nothing, returning to bed does indeed sound a bit alluring.
I think Ellie has had enough today, both information and people screaming and making decisions and doing things, and no brain overload, enough server overload, 404 response not found. So I think they'll just also quietly retreat to their room, but maybe check out if there's something under the pillow, if I remember correctly.
Mhm. Yes. We shall return to pillow questions soon.
I believe Judith is also ready for arrest. She may not sleep, and she may be considering the giant book she's chained to. But I think she needs time away from people too. So let's go ahead and agree to have a break as well.
Okay. Um let's bring our friends to bed first. Um it's not completely unlike the story of the Tooth Fairy, that everyone who's looking beneath their pillow finds a small trinket, something that they can't really place, something that feels very, very familiar, like it is theirs, it is yours, but you haven't encountered it before, ever. And I would love to know from each of you. I think Nancy found hers last session, right? Was it Nancy?
Yes, but for the life of me, I don't think I took a proper note about that. Let me triple check and just make sure I didn't write that down in my notes. I don't think I did. Do you remember specifically what the item was off the top of your head? Sorry, it's been we had a holiday break, so my mind's a little.
It was a month, so I'm also trying to think of it. Was it a medallion?
I believe that is accurate. Yes, I believe there was a medallion that we had found that I believe Nancy is wearing, and I don't believe we had determined the specific abilities of that amulet, just that she has it.
I can tell you what it is. It is your magical implement. It is your magical tool.
Okay, excellent. Now, is that in addition to the silver dagger that I have, which was kind of like my pre-awakening, because Nancy was practicing Wiccan, so the silver dagger was her initial ritual tool. But so is this in addition to that tool?
I'd say yes.
And just for my own edification, is this a special tool in any way, or is it just considered a normal?
You have a personal connection to it, like you have handcrafted it.
Okay.
But you didn't.
Right. Now, does that count as a
magical tool in any shape or form, or every shape of form, like a path tool? Yes. The answer is yes.
Excellent. Cool. So on this sheet, not to get too far into the weeds here, but on this sheet, then would I record that under yantras?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Rock and roll. Forgive me. In addition to having been a bit, I am, as the audience may or may not know, my background is heavily in that other Mage game. So this is my first real experience playing Awakening. So I have probably a lot of basic questions, and I apologize on that.
Don't worry. I played Mage once. So
well, we're
I
going
will
to have
give you answers, and they are probably wrong.
Well, I thought for a second you were indicating that you played Mage the Ascension once, in which case we're going to have to fix that. But
I've never played Mage.
Oh my goodness! All right,
But
in front of the
digressing.
entire internet, I'm telling you, you're going to have to let me
now
run
we
it
have
for
to
you.
play.
But yeah,
Me neither.
and so oh goodness, now it's definitely settled. So for the medallion, the subtype would be tool, it would be dedicated, and the dice bonus would be what?
You can ask me questions.
I apologize. While you're looking that answer up, I'm happy to continue entertaining the folks at home by talking about how we are going to run Mage sometime. All right. So one die bonus. Beautiful.
Yep.
Excellent. So I think I got that all worked out now. Awesome. Life is beautiful. Sorry to have monopolized so much time. Please continue.
Okay. We are entering Ellie's room. And how quick do you get to the pillow, or do you do anything before this?
I think I'll just close and lock the door and then go to the pillow because I saw something about it, and apparently I have to believe those things every now and then.
Well, here is further proof for believing in things you see. You find something that as soon as you see it tells you this is yours. And you've never seen it before.
I picked this one out. It's also some kind of necklace with a mirror. And a woman staring at her own reflection, but the reflection is not entirely alive anymore. And the inscription reads Tempus Fugit.
It really does. Most of the time, at least.
It should, but sometimes it doesn't.
That's right. How does it feel to be connected to this amulet?
Like something I've always had, but somehow lost, just like I just with the awakening, I had the same feeling, just this thing that something was taken from me. I don't know how long ago, but I have it back, and I'm not ready to give it away again, ever.
And it's like the amulet. This tiny piece of jewelry is responding to the sentiment. It's reaffirming this. You shouldn't be disconnected from this. You belong together. This is part of you, and you should have never, ever had to let go of it. But now you're reunited.
Well, I am just gonna put it around my neck and try to get as comfortable as I can and crawl under the covers and set an alarm for 7 in the morning. Because I want to be, if that happens, probably when more that happens, I want to be awake when we all die.
Good choice. Judy, are you going to bed?
I will be going physically to the place where the bed is, and I will be on top of the bed. I do not know if I will be doing anything considered sleep or rest, but I will be in the bed vicinity, yes, at this point. Probably torn between studying the book and debating texting my ex.
Hmm.
Maybe I could do both at once, make two bad decisions at the same time.
Brilliant idea.
All things are
I think I'll
possible through magic, just saying.
I think I'll go ahead and do that. And be just like, shit. Okay, here's my book. All right, so, okay, I'm on, okay. Oh,
Hello, Sadie. I met you today as a horrible demon person. What can you tell me about this?
so you got promoted to Queen of Hell, I see.
What do you write?
No, I will go ahead and text my ex under the pretense, the very vague, how you doing text, just the open-ended question while I anxiously seek answers in this book and try and see what it's about.
Mhm.
No emojis because that's too emotional. This is a formal work situation.
Of course, it totally is.
Yes.
So, this book. Wait. I have an idea what's in there. Just need to. Yep. Magic tab. There we are. The The book goes into details about the mind, about the defensive capabilities of your mind,
Mhm.
the dangers that lurk out there and how to protect you from them. It is written in a fascinating way, like a duel between two wits trying to subjugate each other, attack and defense again and again, counter and feigns. And it teaches how to guard your treasures, your weak spots, and how and by teaching you how to protect them, you also learn how to identify them in other people
Mhm.
and how to check the security systems of another person's mind. It's basically a pen tester's guide to brains.
Then I will absolutely forget to check if my X replies because this seems very interesting and vital information.
Yeah. There some time in there, the audience can hear the buzzing sound of the message. Okay, I think kind of bored right now. And then sometime later, Judy. But this passes, and Judy is enraptured by the book. You at some point you feel uncomfortable and you change position and you notice there is something underneath your pillow.
Well, that's not where the mint goes.
No.
All right. Well, I will check under my pillow then.
And there you see it. The thing that definitely belongs to you. That is so, it just fits so perfect in your hands. Like it was made for them. The question is, what is it?
I cannot remember for the life of me what it was.
You can make something up.
Yeah, I know. But I had something in mind. I think it was a I want to say it was a judge's gavel.
That's possible.
Let's go with that. It's a good one. It's very fitting for what it is I'm trying to do. So, and also I can hit people on the head with it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, the more I think about it, like, it seems that's the right thing.
Yes. But it's like a personalized one. Like it's unique. It's Judith's judge's gavel.
It very much is.
Yes.
And you're sure if you had worked on it, you spent weeks, if not months, to personalize it.
Mm-hmm.
You as you touch it, you feel more grounded, more sure of yourself and your position, even though you are now lying in the bed. It's like you're standing on firm ground.
Yeah. That's
What-
it.
What kind of emotions does this unleash?
Well, clearly I feel secure. I am justified, that absolutely justified in having my gavel back. Back? Did I lose?
You-
No, it's always been back. Mm. No, I'm justified here. I am definitely in the right to be doing exactly what I need to be doing. I feel any sort of doubt or concerns I had about whether or not I was doing the right thing completely gone. Absolutely. I am now absolutely 100% confident in my course of action and my principles and what I will be doing next.
Wonderful.
And I no longer need to uh, be concerned about my ex. Now I'm pen testing people's brains.
Good. Progress into some direction.
It's the right direction. It's the only direction.
Yeah. Okay. Where do Dr. Gilbert's feet lead him to?
First, I wanted to take another little walk, but it's already quite late and some preparation still has to be done. So I just walk towards my room, and once inside, I close the door, lock the door, stand there for a few seconds and think, just trying to remind myself what happened today and what I can trust, what is real, what is not real, what is real. And I just try to make sense of what happened today and what I can learn from it and how I can grow from it.
Growth is a good question because there are many ways to grow. There is gentle, slow growth, like an apple seed growing into a very, very small plant. And then over time, over years, grows further, and sometimes it will flower and later bear fruit, become very old. And then there's growth like the waves coming to the shore, rising with the tides, but also receding, growing back. And there's an never ending forward, backward motion. Then there is growth like fire, starting with a tiny spark and growing and feeding in rapid speed. There are many, many ways to grow.
By heart, I feel what growth is needed. The perfect meticulous growth of the number of Avogadro, just the constant growth, the exponential growth, and just go all directions and grow and grow and grow. Because as soon as you stop going in one direction to benefit another direction, There will be mistakes made. All ground must be covered. All must be learned. And if that takes fire, it will take fire. If it will take time, it will take time.
The universe is a very large place. And you learned today that the barriers of the universe as we can understand it are insufficient. You understand that the world as it is much larger and comes in so many more forms and variations, and that there probably needs to be an entire new language just to start describing it. And right now, you are in a very, very tiny room. Does the room limit you? Do you even recognize its limitations?
This moment, I notice one weak spot. If I want to prepare the door, will lead to interruptions, possible bad stuff happening. So I will attempt to cast second tier space magic to cast secret door on the door to just meld the door with the rest of the wall in vision. So if people want to find the door, they just walk past it.
Mhm. That's a space spell,
Yes.
and that's not your main arcana. So it probably costs you 1 mana, I think. I'd be fine to say you cast the spell, you spend 1 mana,
I take
and
all the
everything
time
is
I
all
need.
right. And we don't have to roll any dice for it.
As that is done, I will just set myself on the bed and just start preparing for tomorrow, just like a teacher would prepare for classes in the next day. Make sure that everything is ready, everything is where it should be, so I can just stand up and go off my list, and everything will be fine. Everything will be prepared for.
Yes. As you're sitting down on your bed, you notice that the cushion isn't in the place that you have left it in. It's slightly wrong.
Slightly annoyed, I will stand up and remake my bed, and in the repositioning of the cushion, if there is something underneath, I will hypothetically see it.
You find it. You find this very important item.
Piece of chalk. When I see it, then I remember as the first piece of chalk that I ever used, even though I never had it. But finding it gives me the feeling I can rewrite, not just on a chalkboard, but on everything. Everything is a chalkboard to me. If I hold this in my hands, everything is calculable, everything is presentable.
Yeah. Incredible what power it can be in such a tiny tool. But in the end, size is a lie.
And it's not the tool, but the hand that wields it.
Also this, yes. Is there any other interesting night activity today?
Just put my alarm for 6 o'clock because tomorrow will be a big day and I want my coffee to still be warm when I go to the brunch.
Okay.
I
Is there
recheck the ward on the door and then, with the chalk still in hand, I will go to sleep.
is there anything that Nancy is doing? When does she fall asleep?
Like a pre-sleep ritual. I would imagine before going to sleep, Nancy is cleaning off her makeup, because sleeping with that much makeup on is probably not great for her skin. And then I would assume she probably put some music on. Maybe she has like a Bluetooth dock for her iPhone. Puts on a little bit of music gently in the background and just kind of lays down and chills out.
Okay. Sleep comes with time. Is there anything that you feel Nancy would be dreaming about?
I think she's probably dreaming about home. Um, she's probably dreaming about being back in her apartment. Relatively carefree, maybe even, you know, kind of engaging with some local friends, having some sort of like a small gathering at her place, maybe. I would imagine that dream is probably relatively mundane on the surface, but maybe carries some bizarre interactions or odd non sequiturs as she's sort of filing the day's events away in her head. So, there might be some imagery related to what she saw in the towers, maybe showing up on the art that's on her walls. Perhaps some of the conversations are taking a bit of a weird turn, or in relation to the time magic that she's experiencing, maybe some things are repeating themselves, or even some conversations may be occurring out of chronological sequence. So, kind of like, she's like, I would imagine her dream is very similar to a scene from a David Lynch film. you know,
Yeah.
I think of The Party in Lost Highway, where dude's like, here's my phone, call your house, you'll see that I'm there, like that kind of stuff, those kind of moments. So I think just kind of a mundane experience that is like 45 degrees angle from normalcy, if that makes sense.
There's a very brief segment at the end, on which you see an unfamiliar face, and it looks exhausted and bruised. And then, that the wet thing that's touching your cheek is a hand. But it's not horrible that the hand is touching you. We actually didn't expect that this would be possible. It is a pleasant surprise that the hand can still do this. And you can see in their eyes earned respect for you and thankfulness. And you hear, I'm glad that we could trust you. I'm glad you decided to join us. Come on, let's sweep up the rubble and then answer your questions.
Can I
And then-
see the origin of the voice, or is it and if so, is the person? I assume it's the person that's touching me that's speaking.
You can't see the lips move, but there is this dream logic
Sure.
association that it's their voice. Yes.
Do I recognize them?
No.
Okay. Just making sure it's not like somebody I know that's talking to me that way. Okay.
No, you don't know them.
Please continue.
And then the whole scenery is folded like a piece of paper and disappears into the old-time icon of a Windows file folder. And you can read the name of the folder. And it does align with the names of the video files that you watched during your vision spell.
Hmm. Hmm. And where exactly am I seeing this appear?
In the void that is your dream right now. You and the person and the voice, everything got folded and put into this folder.
Okay. Am I able to? So at this point, I'm sort of largely in like a disembodied space.
Yeah.
Am I able to conjure forth any of that imagery from those videos? Or am I able to conjure forth any imagery from within this castle, be it the castle proper or the subterranean tunnels?
Actually, yes. You start recognizing that you're experiencing a vivid dream. I knew the word for it.
Lucid?
When you are lucid, yes, you've entered lucid dreaming. That's it.
Okay. I'm going to try something because this is all new to me. I'm going to see if there's a way that I can connect myself to anyone else in the group. I would assume I would probably... I mean, I suppose I would probably start with Eleanor. and see if I can connect to their dream. I have no spheres, as far as I understand it, that would actually permit me to do so, but I'm going to try.
That's the now I gonna shovel my own grave. This is the wrong line of thinking, Travis. Don't think of what can I do with my spheres, but how can I reach the effect I want with my arcana? How would this work as a fate spell? Because basically you can do almost anything with almost any arcana. The way you're doing it is different. You can be faster reading with a fate spell. You just happen to just read the right words. Or you can do this with time by having it going faster. Or you can enhance your reading capacities, yeah, by using mind to give you a better skill in it.
Okay, how about this? How's this for sideways thinking? I would like to use my mastery of time, the time arcana. Thank you for correcting my terminology. Can use my mastery of the time arcana to use my knowledge of a future conversation that we will have about what we dreamed about last night to give me insight into what they're currently dreaming.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
And since this is your main arcana, you don't have to spend any mana on it. And now I gonna probably aggravate some mage fans because I gonna take shortcuts. I assume the spell works.
Okay.
And it's like knocking on the dreamscape of Ellie. The question is, since Ellie doesn't know what you're doing, is she defending against anything like this? Or maybe inviting somebody strange into her dreams, or you have the feeling that somebody is trying to get in contact with you. The question is, how would Ellie react to that?
And one quick question before, just to refine that, is it possible for me to work fate into the effect so that it carries an air of importance to somebody else who would have fate and could recognize such things?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I would like to do so if possible.
I think with the little fate weaving in that I would be a bit wary and attempt to be peeping through a peephole, which is might be possible, might not be. But if I can figure out it's approximately someone I know or is not against me, then it's fine.
Okay. You want to have a peephole. What do you think? What arcana would be of, or how would you accomplish this?
I do have fates as well, but I'm quickly looking up what I could maybe do with my one dot in life, because that has heightened senses.
Hmm.
Don't know if that applies in dreams, but if it does, I could use that.
We could argue against it, or we could argue it into a reality. So, what will it be?
I think it should work to a certain degree at least.
Then let's say you get your heightened senses and you smell. You can smell the being knocking at your doors, and it doesn't smell like a predator.
Then I let it in.
What kind of scenery does Nancy enter?
Probably the ruins of a church.
Hmm.
Seems like it's been burned down eons ago, but for some reason there's still smoke.
Do you feel comfortable here?
No.
Okay. So I assume the scenery is pretty dark.
Yeah.
Pitch black sky, shadows leaning in.
Not very welcoming.
And Nancy enters through the side portal.
And upon looking around, I probably say something like, "How come your dreamscape is so cool? I got stuck in my shitty apartment."
Religious drama?
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I don't know about calling this cool, but hi, welcome in. I didn't make tea.
I mean, I
Sorry.
thought you did this like on purpose. Are you like aware right now?
I think I am as much as I'll ever be. I mean, I know I'm probably sleeping. I hope I'm sleeping.
I hope you're sleeping too. Otherwise, this is really weird. I want you to remember the number 37 so that later when we talk, I can ask you, what number did I ask you to remember when we were in each other's dream? And you can tell me, and then we'll both know that we were both asleep and dreaming and sharing a dream.
I'll remember that you said a number to me, but even in my dreams I have dyscalculia, so I'll try my best.
All right. Would a letter be better?
Sure.
X.
Perfect.
Awesome. That works. Okay, now that we've established that we're in one another's heads, how the hell are we in one another's heads?
You came in through the side door and you're asking me?
Yes, because I don't know how this is happening. I mean, I assume this is happening because of magic, but
I hope so.
me too.
I hope our own.
Yeah, I hope it's not the place. Hey, is the place in here? Castle? HR people? Oh God, I sure hope HR can't get into our dreams. So
Thank you for the dystopian vision.
hey, no worries. That's what I'm here for. This is neat. So you learn anything?
I found something under my pillow.
Before
This
you
thing
went to
right
sleep, or like in your
Yeah,
dream?
before. I kind of also saw a vision about it that things were being placed under pillows. So if you say you found something, then I wouldn't be surprised. Come on.
I did, in fact.
Okay, I have a tiny little win in this losing streak. Something can go right. Which means that there's a non-zero chance that the others also got something.
That's true. And there's a lot of people at this retreat, right?
Weird party favors to give out.
Yes, and I'm assuming that not everyone is having this experience.
No.
So it might be.
I hope so.
Yeah, it might be of benefit to us, though, to figure out who is and who isn't.
Well, I think maybe if like just how fellow tech people can sniff out other tech people by the slight waft of thermal paste. Or I don't know if you graphic designers have something that you can sniff out in each other.
You know, usually it's social awkwardness. You know, a bit
That's very broad.
general disdain for humanity. Yeah, I mean, these are all things that just kind of, I guess, anybody could
Maybe,
possess.
maybe we could figure it out that way, but the mage version, like maybe looking into someone's eyes and seeing the total despair, and maybe they know what's happening here, or the opposite, what we saw in Holly, or maybe something to do with the magic itself. I don't know. I'm dreaming.
Here's another thought. We can't leave this place, right?
That has been made very clear to us that we indeed cannot leave.
What about anyone at this party that's not sharing our experience of expanded reality? Like, what if we try to just locate some people who are still, like, numb to this whole thing and see if they can leave?
That could be an idea, but I am also slightly afraid that that might get them into trouble.
You're right. We should pick somebody we don't like.
Okay, you have the list of HR. Well, wait, and I have the database. I brought a few hard disks with me. I should have the database of every single employee.
Right. There's got to be somebody who, I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to go full Audrey too and say a lot of folks deserve to die, but there's probably someone that the world wouldn't necessarily become worse if something terrible happened to them. And I bet we could figure out who if we just kind of watched everybody. And they can be our guinea pig, right?
Mm-hmm. And as far as I have noticed, we two are quite adept at. I currently feel it as making others feel like they make decisions, but they really don't. It's just a tiny little setup, like go little mouse, go.
I guess, yeah, kind of seeing like where reality's bumpers are a little bit, like what the path that things are being pushed down. Right?
The more subtle we can do it, the better.
Oh, I mean, I can do subtle.
Are you sure?
Sure. Yeah, I know how to, tell the occasional fib.
Well, sure. At least we can try.
Based on their proclivities, if we pick the right person, all I might have to do is bat my eyes at them and ask them to meet me, outside the gate at dark. And then we just watch and see if they, I don't know, turn to dust or magically reappear somewhere else inside the castle. Or there is a non-zero chance they will like lose their shit when this happens. Because I mean, I would, right? Wouldn't you? But I think it's worth the risk, personally.
That's something at least we can try. Speaking of dreams,
Yes.
you think any others are online?
Well, there's one way to find out.
Well, you did it. I'm gonna let you knock. I would say I would tidy up this place, but this is a dream, and I don't know what the fuck I can do. So I just sit
No,
here.
it's perfect. I like the vibe. It's cool.
Thanks. I don't.
Part of what we're doing is predicated on us having a conversation later. All right. So who else do we want to talk about? You want to grab the doc? For sure. I assume we're not going to reach out to what's her face from HR. But what about Judith? We can grab Judith, right? All right.
Sure, having a mole connected to HR is always nice. And I mean, trauma bonds.
Sure. All right. Let's see if those two can join the party.
And I just go to sit on the ground somewhere and be as awkward as I can be accidentally.
All right. This is like a cathedral type setup.
It's like one of those countryside churches in Europe. Those tiny little things that medieval people set up, made out of, I don't know, boulders and crude cement, but burnt down.
Okay. Are there any windows left, and do any of those windows have like stained glass in them?
I think there's probably a few shards left, like in corners.
Okay. Um, that's probably enough to work with. I'm gonna go. Um, over to the nearest window, and I'm going to assume that we're in a dream and it's a lucid dream and dream logic works just fine. So I'm going to just hold out my hand and see if like a paintbrush or a pen or something along those lines might make itself available to me.
Um, I think you are in Ellie's realm right now.
Mhm.
So even if she is not aware of this, she sets the rules for the dream right now. Do
I
you think other people could create or summon things like colors or anything like this? Reshape minor details of the place.
To say it in my little server goblin terms, I think I gave Nancy admin rights for a little.
Okay. Yes, you can.
Beautiful. As a paintbrush appears in my hand, I'm going to paint the window space to theoretically give me a window into. I guess we'll start it off with Judith's dream, and I will start at the top of the image with Judith and I talking in the morning, and then work my way as I paint down to right now with Judith walking into the church. So, kind of the ultimate effect is to try to, rather than enter that space, rather than enter Judith's space through this mechanism, I'm going to try to invite Judith into our space.
Yeah. So, Judith, what is your dream like right now?
Ah, hmm. Well, I don't know. Is she having a good dream or a bad dream? I think she's probably revisiting and reanalyzing the layers of hell she went through with
Yeah.
her ex-girlfriend, the Queen of Hell.
The nice thing about this iteration of Hell is that it is littered with tiny scenes of your life together.
Oh, great.
All the tiny arguments, all the microaggressions, all the love gestures, all the wonderful times you spent together. The disagreements, the interest in each other. And it is becoming a labyrinth around you. And there's one very important question. Do you keep control?
Absolute, every single time. I
Hmm.
am not like I am not letting my brain control me. I am in control of my brain. Like a liar says.
Well, the thing is, the lie in this case is very much true. And if maybe you noticed this, because sometimes there is doubt. Sometimes it surfaces, and as soon the doubt arose, the whole labyrinth did doing the whole dreamscape is folding itself to a globe thing, and corridors are starting to crush down and trying to get you submerged and entangled, and there is a certain fear, sharp fear that arises in this moment, and that tells you if you ever let control slip, you will lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you got today, anything that you touched, smelled, anything that you earned will be for nothing. So never, ever, ever let control go.
Correct.
And as soon as you regained your composure, everything fell back in line. And you looked around and you started noticing the behavioral patterns in your and Sadie's conversations. You notice what word leads to which reaction, why did she get angry at this? And you realize, oh, it's not because of me, it's because something that she experienced in her life. And that led to a big argument between the two of you, but now it's much clearer. You understand her better. You are getting into her mind. And as you do this, you notice a new path emerging between the others. And whilst the ground of your dream is covered in broken lava stones, this one is plated in nicely swept stone plates like you would find in a church. And you see at the end a huge stained glass window with a door handle. And it looks inviting.
If I go with what I was reading earlier about protecting and defending against mines and pen testing brains, can I go ahead and make some sort of roll to determine if this is someone trying to backdoor their way into my brain, as it were?
Mm-hmm.
What can I roll for that?
Let's do another very unconventional thing and
Okay.
have you roll mind and empathy.
Mind and empathy. There I have.
If this is even possible. I don't know if we can do this.
We can do that. It's okay. So I have 3 mind and 2 empathy. So that's 5 dice. All right. Let's see. I have no idea how to read that.
It is 0 successes.
0 successes. Okay.
This is probably the clumsiest honeypot you have ever seen.
Okay. Huh,
and it speaks of incompetence.
clearly.
It would be so easy to wander in there and teach somebody a lesson.
I have a terrible idea. Gonna be fine.
Yes,
It's a stained glass door, right?
it is.
Okay, so stained glass is like church.
Yes.
I'm gonna kick down the door and let Hell in.
Okay. Wonderful.
I'll be bringing my lava stones and demons with me. My my demon queen ex-girlfriend with me.
Wonderful. Let's do the following. You kick in the door.
Uh-huh.
Nancy is being thrown through the church and disappears in a cloud of dust. And Allie notices that her dream is being invaded by a swarm of wings, claws, teeth, and Sadie Garber, apparently, in different forms and formats. The head of internal security of Helix Inc.
I just like don't even sit up right yet, and just like, well, I sit upright but don't stand, and just look at Sadie. You were invited. Why?
Sadie isn't your friend. She is the boss of Judy.
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Sadie, never mind. Sorry.
I'm so sorry, Nancy.
Yeah, that's fine. It's been a long day for me. In and out game.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. I did not give admin rights to invite people I didn't want. I just stand up, half bewildered, not knowing, like, I didn't like the place, I know, but is this making it better? No.
Who all showed up?
Oh yeah, you missed that. I kicked down the glass door and I brought Hell in with me.
Because of course Sadie had to be there.
Yeah, my boss and ex-girlfriend is there as a demon now.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
But wait, you said I have admin rights here, right?
Yeah, but I think yeah, you were away for a little, but you kind of exploded into a little cloud of dust. Like,
Oh, did I?
You can get back up. I was just covering for you not being.
Oh, I
there.
appreciate that. Yeah, I will reform and say, you said I have admin rights, right?
go ahead, I get the trolls out.
I would like to summon a banhammer and throw it at our uninvited guest. But before I do, I'm going to whisper to my banhammer, whomsoever this hammer smacks into shall get the entire fuck out of here. And then I will spin it around and whip it like Mjolnir.
Wonderful. Let's do a clash of wills.
Okay.
It is a fitting arcana. In this case, it's definitely mind for Judy
Mm-hmm.
and your noses. And whoever gets more successes wins.
And what would I be rolling? Would that be like Gnosis Time or Gnosis Fate, or how would that work?
Do you send is this like the laws of fate do not permit you to relog in anymore? Or is this a permanent timed ban?
This is like you're not supposed to be here, I guess. So Fate would probably be the like this. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay.
So mind plus gnosis for me.
Yes.
And I'm not sure. How do I roll? Okay. Wait, gnosis. There we go. That should be right, right?
Mhm.
Um, awesome. So we both got one success.
Yes.
We both got one success. Yeah.
Can I spend a willpower on this roll by chance?
I don't think so.
What?
Hmm.
The thing is, the both attempts work. Like, Judy is invading this place with hordes of Sadies, and Nancy is taking up the banhammer and is playing whack-a-mole, more or less, with the demon legions and banning one after the other. And I think and somewhere in between this now starting battle encounter, Judy comes forth and is possibly now be seen by the other two, and also gets eye contact with them, and communication is possible. But there's still a demon army invading this place, and Judy and Nancy is still defending it.
And I assume this is accompanied with a lot of like wahoo, and since we're just gonna go ahead and ride that Thor imagery till it becomes silly, a lot of like Nancy like throwing the hammer up into the air so that she can fly holding onto it and then dropping down in the middle of crowds of demons and things like that. Really just having a heyday of demonic slaughter.
It's looking amazing. It's beautiful cinematics. The only thing is you are now back doing battle in the dreamscape of Ellie. And this is, fucked up as it is, supposed to be a very safe space for Ellie. And the place to go back to and rest. And now it isn't. And so Ellie loses a point of willpower. And will continue to if no end is to be found.
Yeah, I'm content to continue doing what I'm doing unless Ellie tells me to stop, in which case I will then stop.
I know. Hold on. I'm looking at things.
I will come in on the heels of the demon horde.
I think I am also going to do something what's called a pro gamer move.
All right, cool.
Um, mm, and since this is my dream, I can maybe just push around a few things because this is my place, my server. Fuck y'all. And going to do something akin to Veil of Moments, a time 2 spell. Mage can ward off the deleterious effects of advancing time on her subjects, which basically means a little bit of a time freeze on their own body. I'm trying to place myself in quarantine so I can have a little place of then what to do next.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't cost you any mana, am
Specific,
I right?
Veil of Moments, not as far as I
It's
know.
time.
No.
It's time.
Yeah,
So
it's
no,
time,
it
so
doesn't.
no. And it says here, and poison and toxins effectively halt their duration. I think y'all are being pretty toxic in the server, aren't you? Like, we don't do this here, okay? Like, this is my little cry corner.
I would agree. Nancy is definitely being a toxic presence.
So, being kind of toxic and just, I honestly think if you're toxic, you don't have any rights. None of you. At all. At all. You can sit, you can read. You can't do anything else.
Okay. You revoke admin rights from Nancy. Technically, Judy is already challenging your
Mm-hmm.
position right now.
Sure.
But I think you are the odds are very much in your favor because this is your place. You set up the rules, and now you are taking on an active role instead of just being there and basically being attacked.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
if possible, just like when you mute people on the line, I don't think y'all should be able to speak either. Nah.
and the thing is, does Judy, now that she is, you feel the situation change. It's not Nancy, just Nancy anymore. It's like the whole place is turning its attention towards you and starting to shut you down with force. Do you resist this?
And I noticed that it's Nancy and Ellie here.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm aware of that, right?
Yeah,
Like
until she was shut down, Nancy was not being subtle.
Okay.
And I would imagine the moment that she shuts down, like she'll fall out of the sky because she's probably in like mid-flight and land on her butt and just silently shout, "Boo!"
I'll go ahead and let them shut me down. That's fine. I will let them eject my ex-girlfriends and me too, if that's what they decide to do.
Good. Now, can both of you please shut the fuck up and stop the fuck you doing for like, I don't know, 2 seconds? Because I can stretch those out infinite, maybe. Who knows? So thank you. I just walk over to Judy. Do you always bring every single problem you have to every single place you go? I know you can't answer. I just want to ask you because it's funny.
Something invaded my dream, trying to get into my head. I am allowed to defend myself.
You can't speak. You are muted.
Okay.
Look, I have an idea. I have a really good idea. Look, I don't want to fight with any of y'all, okay? Just to make that very, very clear. I'm not listening anyway, so save your energy. You're going to be able to explain this later, okay? And I don't know how you did it, Nancy, but I'm going to do this anyway. And because dream logic, I'm just going to, yeah, exactly. I'm just going to plot a timetable. Shit. I'm late for math class. Fuck. I'm going to put my head through the timetable. Doctor? And try to knock on his tree.
You see a little paper on the door as you stand before the locked door. Class is in session. Please note down your name, reason of tardiness, and number. We will talk about this in due time.
I write on the paper, time might be the issue. I might need some extra like recapitulating of the course because I'm starting to lose the basics and that could be dangerous. In between brackets, get the fuck in here right now, please. Like strive to underline 3 times.
How is this entering with my character?
What does your dream look like right now?
Make it a little utopia for myself. I will be in the place I feel best, my little classroom. No students, but I am busy studying on my own, recreating what I felt in the dream a few sessions ago, the constant building, falling down, trying new methods, growing. Just at instead of on grand scale, just like in chemistry with the little carbon and iron connections, just to make the figurines, just see what makes the most sound compound. And I'm just in my own little thing, doing my things that make me happy, that calms me down.
Mm-hmm.
What changes?
There's a door to this room, and it has a matted window. So you see rough outlines and light from the outside, but no real features. And as you are sitting there and ordering life and reality, a faint light, like the one you've seen in the chapel, in your perfect chapel, amber light, starts growing stronger, like somebody is coming closer to the door, probably holding a candle. And then there's a gentle knock on the door.
I will ignore it first as the showing of the note, but I think the knocking gets more insistent as they ride upon it.
Maybe a little bit, yes.
I will begrudgingly let my projects be. And behind the door, without unlocking, can I help you?
There is no direct answer, but you can feel a certain politeness, certain understanding that you need time. But if you could manage to see this person, it would be very gracious, very kind of you.
Then saying no would be nothing but barbaric. So I just open the door and probably just look Ellie right in the face. Oh.
One would think that it is Ellie.
Oh.
Instead, you're looking at Professor Dr. Luto Capelli.
The graciousness slightly melts, but I keep a little softness, and it's in a work circumstance, and he is a man of knowledge and he has his benefits. So, yes. Can I help you?
I don't know. I was hoping to have a conversation with you. I hope you don't find this to be impolite.
It depends the matter of the conversation, but as always, we are instructors, teachers, and guides. So even to each other, we must give time for those matters. Please
Thank you.
do enter.
Thank you very much. And he enters. As he's with you and the door is closed, he says, I think this is the first time that we actually see eye to each other.
We often see eye to eye, and that is why we sometimes clash. Because what the eye sees is not always the same as the other eye. But it is for that matter that I appreciate you as you are. You are not afraid to tell me when I am wrong, or when you think I am wrong, and I will give you the same. Just like the old Greeks, without conflict, there can be no growth.
You're very right. But I think I owe you at least an apology, because some of our disagreements sprung from a certain perspective that I had and you hadn't. And a certain satisfaction in the knowledge that things are as they were. But now things have changed. And to be honest, I'm very, very excited and interested in seeing this change. Seeing you.
Small guess. As they call it, awakening. The reason you were in the chapel at that time.
I had a hunch. I didn't know what would happen. I knew of, well, certain properties of the place, and I always thought of you as a person who could break the barrier. I was quite befuddled that they never did until now.
There's only one thing we cannot control, and it is, well, I cannot control, and that is fate. And for that, it is a filthy, annoying thing. But now I am where I am, and we will make the best of it. And if you know more, please do teach me.
I know a lot. And I for sure can teach you a lot. And I can tell you that there are ways. There are ways to brighten your horizon even further. I don't know what you've seen, but I can tell you it is a limited point of view. I understand.
Sorry, but I've seen in here, it is indeed limited. It is worse than limited. It is seeing the limits, but not beyond. But what I saw when I awoke, and everything and nothing all at once, I saw nothing but the unlimited potential of what it could be.
Yes. And even then you say that fate escapes your grasp. Fate is a subtle power, but it can be mastered, as can all the arcana. They all can be learned, studied, and understood. You just have to have the drive to do this. You only have to foster the will to take it.
We're still in my dream at this moment.
Yes, you are.
I change from the older teacher that I am to, once again, the young student, listening, dreaming, seeing, and the willingness, the eagerness to absorb as much as they can. Just a little glistening eyes of awe and hope.
I think we need to start at the very, very beginning to avoid a misconception. What I understand is that everybody who awakens to a certain perspective, to a certain lens through which they observe reality. And lens is probably the right word in this case. Because a lens, it deforms light. It changes the trajectory. It can change colors as well. It muddles the image. And we need to get rid of the lens. And that's a hard process, meaning, as I said, that you have to learn everything to get the full picture. And sometimes these things are hidden away from us by people, creatures with very limited views who are in the way of understanding. Sometimes we can buy knowledge from them. Sometimes we can convince them to teach. Sometimes we have to take it. It can be a very dangerous path to reach enlightenment and understanding. But I always thought of you as somebody who, with the right opportunities, would understand and follow that path. I'm right in this, aren't I?
If you are willing to be my teacher, I will, with all certainty, be your pupil. For I know that the path to enlightenment, to knowledge, to growth and understanding, there is no right or wrong. It is only letting it in and willingness to letting it in.
He smiles. Yes. Yes, you understand. I will teach you. I will teach you how to achieve knowledge and understanding. But now, as we have come to our understanding and agreement, I am very much aware that you had a difficult day and that you will need rest. So, thank you for your trust. And we
Yes.
will meet again.
And as we meet, I will not refrain from the usual jabs, for it is one of my only fun pastimes that I have. For you are one of the ones worthy of being condescending to, because you will understand the joke and give a good reply. Bullying down on those who do not understand is nothing if not bothering.
Yes.
I thank you. I do. Please rest well.
You too. And he takes his leave. And as soon as he leaves the room, we hear the energetic, more frantic hammering on the door at this point by somebody else. But who might this be? We will learn probably soon, because some of us need a short break, I guess.
To that end, then, if you are watching us live, hang out momentarily. If you're looking for something to do while you're waiting, you can certainly head over to Start Playing to sign up for any of the games that are on offer for Onyx Path Game Night. Or you can head over to Drive Through RPG to check out the New Year New Game sale with everything that Onyx Path currently has on sale. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, that includes a lot of the core rule books as well as jump starts. So I will leave you with those links in the chat. Everybody hang out. We will be back momentarily. Thank you so much.
See you soon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to twitch.tv/The Onyx Path, where we are resuming our Mage the Awakening Point of No Retreat episode 4. I will hand the reins back over to Tom. Tom, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. We are back and we are looking through a door in a dream. And on one side of the door is standing Dr. Brian Gilbert. Maybe as a student, maybe as a teacher. And on the other side is standing Ellie. And I implied that she is knocking heavily on the door. I don't know how you are knocking at this door, and if you're still knocking, even if it's opened. And yeah, we
Just
meet at dream space.
politely at first, and then for exponentially more frantic. Not trying to be impolite, but just frantic. For as long as the door does not get opened.
And it opens.
You see someone you haven't seen before. A 16-year-old student with their hopes not shattered. Oh, Ellie. Do you need something?
You're the doc, right? You're
You mean Mr. Gilbert's? Yes.
God, I don't know when you were born, but the fashion sense was horrible back then. Anyway, okay. I kinda need you somewhere.
Of course. Is it within faculty duty, or do I have to just never mind? I'll follow.
Um, no matter what kind of duty it falls, and it's some duty. Believe me, I don't
Mhm.
want to disturb people if I don't have to.
Just no, Tom. This is conflicting between two dreams. Whose dream is it now?
As long as you're not crossing the threshold, this is your dream.
Do I notice when I cross the threshold?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will follow my student.
I just hurriedly pull myself out of the math timetable again and put it on the ground and reach an arm in. I'll pull you up.
When you took Nancy's admin access, did you take the existing paintbrush?
I didn't, and I regret it.
Then when you come back, I've painted "You're an asshole" on one of the walls.
I'm just like there's a hand, an arm dangling from somewhere, um, pointing at Brian, be like, "I'll pull you in. It's fine."
Do I notice that I will lose all the power I got in the real world, the power I have even more in the dream world? I will lose it the moment I enter that little confined board with an arm dangling from it.
If I missed the prompt.
Yes, I
So-
asked you a little something. No, If when I notice like the arm dangling from a little portal that Eleanor is trying to pull me in, do I feel, or do I fear that all the power I got since I awakened, all the power I have, even more when I'm asleep, will be lost if I go through it?
No, you will not lose everything. You will enter a new space and new rules will apply. And yeah, that's basically it.
I will call upon my prime as I walk through it to receive a set of rulings when I enter. A bit of like when you start a new game, that all the rules and specialities will be conveyed to you.
So what you pretty what you recognize pretty fast is there are some very, very, very basic rules that are defined by more or less the engine the dream is running on, which lies somewhere outside of this place. There are monumental forces at work that are beyond anybody's control right now. Like, this is a dream. That's a statement that is ruled outside. And then you very easily recognize there is an admin who can change all other minor rules in this place. Ellie can reshape this place into anything she wants it to be.
Can they reshape me?
You feel to a certain degree, but this would conflict with you. Although she clearly has the upper hand here, the resistance is possible. Yet it is a very unfamiliar territory.
I will try to like issue a firewall with a message to the admin that if they try, I will take offense. They can change everything, but who I am is decided by me.
So they can't change your personality.
Yes.
It is more like the shape you're taking. That is probably something that she could influence.
That will still be taken as an offense.
Okay.
It could happen, but will still be taken as an offense.
Any reactions?
Just my hand doing the little wave of, yeah, sure. Ah, get in.
No, I am in.
Okay.
Just getting
Okay.
used to everything.
Okay. So I noticed that you're an asshole on the wall, and without giving her the ability to speak again, I just ask, me or Judy?
Are they mute? Can they not talk?
No. See, things happen and I don't like it when things happen that I don't like. And I don't like it when things happen that slowly chip away at the little sanity I still have.
Are they the ones that destroyed this beautiful chapel?
No, that was already there. Welcome. You can talk again and be normal. And you, and I'm gonna look at Judy. Go to invading a safe space with demons jail. Bonk. and just, I don't know, have like a little cage or something. I don't know, something incredibly stupid.
Itty bitty
Tuning
bird cage.
devices.
Also, Travis,
Yes.
when you notice that Eleanor is talking to my character, you don't see the more than 30-year-old man, but you see a 16-year-old student with the curly brown hair and the eyes of blue filled with hope. And they were still students. They don't notice themselves yet.
Cool. I will wave hello.
So, why is this beautiful chapel in ruins, and why are you calling me to this desolate place?
Ruins. This place is awesome.
Les goûts et les couleurs, on ne discute pas. On se battre, clearly, but
Oh, you can talk in
Holy
different
shit, did I forget
languages.
English?
I did not imagine you
It's a
talking
saying,
different
please.
languages.
please, it's a saying. Just
You can't
I'm
just
amazed.
spring that stuff on me. One time I got really high and thought I forgot how to speak English. Then I realized that it was my college roommate who was Japanese and they were speaking Japanese, and it was really, really, really disorienting.
Like Miss Eleanor, I'm amazed and surprised. I'm
it was
proud of
just
you.
fucking saying in French.
Still.
Oh my god. Can we not derail everything, please?
I'm sorry.
I will do my best to stay on the rails. Please continue.
Yeah, first of all, you're an asshole. If that is dedicated to me,
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Also
second,
understandable if it's for me, but
I mean, it's an equal opportunity, asshole. Anybody
derailing
can decide to be one.
was a no, I thought.
You asked. I was just
Also-
answering your question.
Eleanor, just know this is what they did when they Travis character every session of my class they were in.
Yeah, I believe I got one of those, student is disruptive, talks too much in class, wasting their potential notes in my report card. Yes, that is probably true.
Well, I'm really glad I never took up the teaching opportunity. I prefer my server hole. Anyway, why have all gathered you here? Shit's wrong. Shit's not doing well. And I think we all like got a little present or something under our pillow.
Yes, they did leave something under my pillow.
Nothing that I didn't have already.
Did something magically appear under your pillow where you were sure you didn't put it?
How do you know it's magically?
Oh God.
Look,
All I just
okay,
wanted was
yes,
a fucking
there was a thing
conversation.
under my pillow that was not there before. Just don't include terms that you're not certain of. Don't assume.
Figurative speech, motherfucker. Do you speak it anyway?
Excuse me? Language, young woman. Language.
Did you just say language?
I
You know
have not had any relations with my mother whatsoever. So, please, Eleanor,
I've walked away from this point to the other side of the ruins, but I'm letting you have at it. Like, sure, do whatever you like, get it out of your system first. Have some, I don't know, some exposure therapy to each other.
like from you, yes. You are bold and a bit crude. It's part of your personality, I know. But from our little good and kind server goblin, such language unheard of.
If they're silent for like 1 minute, 1 solid minute, I'll come back. And then you're gonna say something, Tom, so I'll let you do it.
I am afraid I'm soon gonna derail everything, so go forth with the
Okay.
important
Okay.
conversation that you're having.
I know who's sleeping alone tonight. Anyway, I go back to the two. Like, are we all talked out? Is it all okay now? Can we just be cooperative, please? Please?
Aren't we not? What is the problem?
I mean, if you insist, sure. Please, yes, we've all gathered in one spot that is
Yes.
theoretically somewhat, I guess, resistant to outside involvement and or spying. So,
Yes, welcome
yeah.
to my head.
So yeah, let's
Welcome
talk
to my
shop.
little dream. I don't want any compliments or other remarks on the decor. I don't want any other compliments or remarks about Judy being in a cage. And I don't want any other compliments or remarks or my language. Okay?
Sure.
I look at the other one.
You said no remarks about your language, so I won't.
Breathing techniques, Elliot. Breathing techniques. Okay. So I have all gathered you here today because I wanted to have a productive talk about maybe like what the hell is happening and what we could maybe do to get out of here. And Nancy and me already have kind of a plan to maybe test the boundaries a little to see exactly how much we're stuck here.
Some of our coworkers may not survive, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Chances are good nobody's really going to die. They'll probably just, get teleported and be very confused.
You are allowed to speak, please.
I am or am not? I thought we were allowed to speak.
I was talking to Brian.
Oh, continue.
I will speak when I feel the necessary to. Like, you're talking, please continue. This is my sleep you're wasting. I have to be awake at 6. Please be quick and be courteous.
So I just wanted to actually just quickly convey to you two here, and I also point to the person in the birdcage, that the plan is to like maybe, as Nancy said, kite someone out and see what happens because we know that we're stuck here. But what about a non-mage?
You want to sacrifice someone.
I never said sacrifice.
I mean, like, I think. Oh, can we speak or not? Make up your mind.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Make a decision.
Wait, just like in the
And
class,
I will just slap her on the nose
on the
with
finger
the
if you want
paintbrush.
let you know what? You know what? This might have been a bad idea.
Oh, you're just now picking that up? Yeah, like all of this is a bad idea. I hate to point it out to you, but like from the moment we stepped on the plane to come here, it's been a series of bad ideas.
Like, didn't you invite all of them to this plane?
I mean, I broke in first, so technically this is all my fault.
Good. Reflect on it.
Are you two free in the morning?
Meet me at brunch. I will be there gathering energy.
I don't know. I have a whole bunch of stuff to do at home. Oh, wait, can't leave. Guess I'm free.
You get brunch, coffee, and sugars. You will need it.
Please. Maybe this conversation will go better if we're, first of all, not at each other's throats for some reason. Second of all, not in my little headspace, because if you keep going like this, something is something, company policy, protect your mental health. And three, I don't know what it is or how it comes or whatever. Please leave the attitude in your bed. Thank you. And I'm going to end the call.
All right.
The channel is still open. Like, you could linger around, I guess, in the ruins. I don't know.
Oh
But
no.
I'm no longer there.
I have to wake up at 6.
Yeah, I'll go back to my own. I'm going to take my bat and ball and go back to my own dream.
So everybody returns to another place. And for two of you, this works fine, very well. For one person, the scenery changes very much, but not in an expected way. There's a mushroom house and a small garden with a tiny fence. And it is placed right next to a beautiful waterfall and a small river taking the path away from the waterfall. The sky is turquoise. The color of the mushroom's head, violet. And a few glass roses grow in the tiny garden in front of the mushroom house with circular windows. A certain individual with a loyalty card is sitting on the porch and friendly nodding towards Ellie. Hello.
It's not because I suddenly have a slight control over time and fate that everyone should challenge it and come in at the worst times possible.
Oh no, this is the worst time.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. Hi.
Hi. Oh,
Hello.
it does matter. You could sell this.
It doesn't matter that it matters.
Oh, okay. Okay. Tea?
No, thank you.
Okay. Biscuit?
No, thank you.
It's not really a biscuit.
My no thank you is very real, though.
Okay. Okay. So how are you doing?
I exist.
Ooh. Essentialism. Good idea. Very grounding. Helpful, actually.
And lucid dreaming is not for me. And neither is moderating discussions, apparently.
Yeah. Seems like it was rough, huh?
Well, lesson learned. Don't make your dream a Discord server.
Yeah. Also, I get the feeling you were talking a lot. Not you specifically, but I don't know. Many people do talk a lot, and sometimes you just act and look what happens. Remember the long talk we had about flowers and moving and getting to the tower and stuff, and it was basically just walk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So I was wondering if we could make another deal.
Go on.
I think you could really use a place that's not easily visited by other people.
If I wasn't so stupid to let other people in, I thought I already had one.
Yeah, but dreaming is only half the thing. Your mind is safe, but your body really isn't. I think by now you noticed that you're kind of knee deep in some poo poo.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so I found something that might be of interest for you. Um, it is this, and they get to the teapot, open the lid, and pull a door out of the teapot. I know,
Mhm.
I know. It should have the hinges on the right side. It doesn't. I'm sorry, but it's how things are, you know? And you get it at a bargain.
And as long as the bargain isn't as unhinged as that door, maybe.
Hmm. Interesting. No, actually, you said something. The worst time. I would like to sell this door to you for a worst time.
A worse time.
Yes.
So for when I might need it. More
Or
than now. Because I would assume that is a worse time.
you sure? You sure things couldn't be worse?
It can always be worse.
Yeah, that's the
That is a
thing.
slippery slope.
Yeah. So basically, you will never actually reach your worst time. Because things can always get more horrible, can't they? So
Mm-hmm.
what's the harm in giving that away?
The fact that you want it, that concerns me.
Okay. You got me. I'm sorry. I'm just a sucker for funny things. So probably I'm gonna try to sell you something for a hinge.
Is the hinge anything special?
I don't know yet. I didn't work on any bargains about hinges yet. I don't know. Right now I'm very big in the worst time business. Like
What's
you
the business
know,
like?
exciting. You know, there are always people selling and buying very good times. And I noticed there's just this niche that nobody actually tries to sell the worst time. And I mean, there is kind of a limit on how happy you can feel.
Yeah.
Because you can say a moment is perfect and you can't enhance it by anything anymore. But there's always the possibilities to things be more worse. That
But you can also just enhance every moment with cocaine, but go on.
Yeah, but there's probably also a limit to it, isn't it? I don't know.
I wouldn't know
Maybe
either.
maybe I should invest into cocaine. Huh. But right now, very big in worst time. So I'd like to have your worst time, and you can have this door. And it will make your doctor very happy.
What's the point of having a door that no one can enter if the walls aren't safe?
Because it will lead to a perfectly safe place that you can even enter from the place where you are right now.
Hmm. The worst time business. That is something. Some people are into that. Probably. The thing is, what do I have to lose? My worst time, yes,
Yeah,
obviously.
that you probably never reach.
I will reach it eventually. That's the definition. It exists. So, you know what? How many stamps do I have?
Oh, I think we are at 3, aren't we?
Could be. You have the card.
Oh, indeed I do. Yes. Here, have a look. It's the card.
How many slots are there in total?
10.
How many slots will this deal take up?
Okay. 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 This will give you 2 slots.
I don't even know I don't know what's gonna happen when that thing is full. Is that my worst time gonna happen?
Ah, I don't know.
You don't know what's gonna happen when it's full?
I am not yet in full loyalty card business.
I shouldn't have cleaned my wallet out before I got here. I could have given you some examples. Anyway, sure,
Perfect.
whatever.
And they lick 2 slots of the loyalty card, show it to you that they are not licked, and put it back and hand you the door. It's very nice making bargains with you.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an ominous message, but I'll take it as both.
Wonderful. Okay. I have some very important investment decisions to make now. So please don't feel sent away or shoot off, but very much get off my lawn, please.
I do feel shoot off, but not in a bad way.
Bye!
I grab my door and I leave. I'll leave. I don't know how I leave, but I leave.
Wonderful. And I think from this point on, people are having actually a night with sleep. And the next morning arises, and some alarm clocks go off. It's different times. You go through your morning routines, checking back in with reality, and find that you're still in this rather beautiful but also very imprisoning castle. And you look around and realize it's not something to see, but it's something to hear. A strange sound, a strange humming, that has enraptured the whole complex. If you get out onto the corridor and look down into the courtyard, you see several of your colleagues getting also up, probably walking like zombies towards the cantina, getting some coffee. And as you look out there, you realize that one of two of them are really hungover, really staggering towards the destination.
Before I go to the cantina thing, because I will at 6, so I'll go quite early. I'm gonna do one thing before I go there. I will adapt my points to time if that's necessary. In Prime, there is the small thingy. Where is it? As above, so below. It turns one of your yantras into a better yantra. And I want to turn my, as I will do every morning, the chalk. I will inflict with that effect. It will make it into 8 again or 9 again for spells with that yantra.
How do you perform the spell?
I will do the spell as in the Prime 2 spell, as in quite as it says, like the mage's tools are sacred. Every word and deed is a reflection of the realm and the mage. That specific chalk is the intention, the purpose, and the way to. It will create what I want. What I want is created. So the moment I lose that chalk, I will lose my intention.
How do you carry it now?
In this moment, stupidly in my hand, but afraid, like people carry knives, like with the handle in their hand and the knife along their wrists, just to try to hide it from everyone, but I need to keep it with me. Bit obsessive, but still, it's only chalk. While I try to lie to myself, it's only chalk, and lie to myself, if I lose chalk, I lose everything. It's nothing and everything all at once.
You feel its weight in your hand. How does Nancy start into the day?
I suspect Nancy will get up, put on her makeup, kind of wash her face, check her phone as she normally would. And then she's probably going to kind of make a beeline to try to find Ellie and immediately ask upon seeing her, what letter did I tell you to remind me about?
X.
Awesome. Excellent. Time loop closed. Woo! All right. Good. Then everything's right with the universe. So did we ever settle on our associate who's going to help us figure out the boundaries of this operation?
I could check who might be a good candidate.
Yeah, just pick somebody. I'm not particular. I mean, obviously, we had talked about using somebody who maybe was an asshole. Maybe.
Yeah.
Can I use fate to determine who the biggest asshole in this crowd is?
Sure.
Awesome.
I want to have a role for this. Let's handle this as a spell that we are improvising. One that potentially invokes paradox.
I'm okay with that.
Because there are many people here. Okay. Let's go as quick as possible through spellcasting.
Sure. So what I'd like to do, if I could, is sort of hold my medallion, speak in high speech to say, please reveal the biggest asshole in this crowd in high speech, so that I can work in both of those yantras if at all possible.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So
just to
go ahead.
clarify the situation before we go into details about the spell, is this happening in the cantina area?
Yeah, kind of wherever like the majority of the employees are gathered would be where I would do the spell.
So there's like, it is halfway filled. There is round about over 100 people in here already.
Can I also include the parameter of them not being awakened? Like the biggest asshole who's also a sleeper.
Sure. If we, I say we ramp up potency for that.
That's fine.
On. It's probably the wrong way. We should go with reach, but
I mean,
okay.
whichever's clever. Because I can do. It'd be fate gnosis, right? If I'm
It's
casting.
fate and gnosis. Yes, you get your yantra dice.
Okay.
There is a withstand rating. Let's say approximately 2. What does your yantras come up to?
Yantras are 3.
3. Wonderful. Okay.
So is my primary factor is going to be potency, right?
Yes. Arcanum is fate.
And what's the withstand rating?
2.
2.
The praxis is knowing, so this is a level 1 spell. We have a large group of sleepers.
All right.
Is
Is my magic tool considered dedicated?
Yes.
All right. And then can I, and my reach would be self-touch or aimed, or do I need to expand my range?
Yeah, we need to go to sensory for
Sensory?
this.
Okay.
I think the spell does it take more than an hour? And when I use the spell, can I enhance it?
It's a question if you want to take 3 hours casting time,
Like,
or you want
Today,
to.
the casting time. The thing is, the casting time is there. Can a spell with a subcaster of Prime enhance the spell?
I would like to not overcomplicate things right now.
Oh yeah,
that's all right
okay.
for you.
That is okay.
Do I need the potency to be as high as 3, or can I lower the potency down?
If you're not going for the differentiation for only unawakened subjects.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and leave that alone. Can I blow a point of mana into it?
I think you can pour a point of mana into it to
Oh, there's no
reduce paradox.
Oh, the paradox is currently listed as 0.
It is listed as 0 because you reduced it with the dedicated Magicka tool
Okay.
by 1. That cancels out the large group of sleepers. We need to adjust also the scale because otherwise you will have only 5 subjects, and this will cost you reach. And at certain point we take range advance, which will take 1 reach. We need scale advance, which will take 1 reach, and we are still at casting time 3 hours, and scale needs to be upped furthermore because we have a lot of people here.
So we'd say I'm at like 160 subject. Well, we scale like 80 subjects, size 25, city block.
Yeah.
Will that work? All right. I'll be
That
spending most of my time, I guess, working on this because I wound up with a total of I'm still on a chance die, no matter how I slice this. So
Okay. There are more yantras you could possibly use.
I mean, I've already got high speech and my dedicated tool in there.
You are in a magical place, more or less.
Okay.
You could attune yourself to the room.
How long does that take?
It does take 2 rounds, basically.
All right. Well, I mean, this sounds like a ritual I'm going to be doing through meal times. So basically, I guess I'll set up in there and breakfast and finish during lunch.
Yeah.
I'll
That sounds
I'll just
about right.
cast through till lunch. So do I get any bonus time if I take extra time to cast it? Do I get any bonus dice?
You can get up to 5 yantra dice. And if you take the extra time, we are reaching that point, yes.
So yeah, I would say, so I'm going to swap it to a 6-hour casting time. So that would be enough to get between meals, right? Or would it need to be longer than that?
2 meals casting time. And then we are good. And we are at a -2 dice pool.
All right. Great. So how many total yantra dice should I be throwing at this then? So it's 3 for the base and then
5 altogether.
5 altogether? All right.
Yeah.
I think
You
that
could
still puts me in I'm at -1 dice pool. All right. So I'm still in a chance die.
You're still on a -2. It's just that you are.
Can I spend willpower for extra dice?
You can. I want to advocate another idea. I think your teammates can still help you, since you're expanding this into a ritual by this point. And even though if I don't want to cast a spell for casting a spell, I can see that Ellie and Dr. Brian Gilberts are becoming part of the spell and performing certain actions that each can give you another 2 dice.
It might be relevant that I have Fate 3. if
Oh,
this is Fate
okay.
that we're
Then
using.
I'd say this is a 3 bonus dice story.
So
And
those will count
completely
as
destroying the helping rules of Mage.
so those will count as yantra dice for the purposes of this?
No, this is a dice mod. It's not yantra dice.
Okay, so dice
So-
mod would be 3.
Yes.
All right. All right, excellent. I have 2 dice now.
I need to know what Ellie is doing to support the spell.
Probably got my laptop or something else with me with breakfast, and as I said, looking through lists and just subtly naming off, not that one, not that one, not that one. Oh, this one maybe. Ooh,
Yeah, if
not
there's
that
anything
one,
we can do to
not that
like
one.
narrow the playing field, that would be great.
Probably when it comes down to the amount of people, yes, but probably not when it comes down to like actual
Right,
AoE.
right.
But I'm just looking at names like not that one, not that one, not that one, maybe that one, not that one, not that one. And if I say yes, just say a name.
All right.
And does Brian help as well? I
You're
can't
muted.
hear you.
Sorry, you notice that I need the help. As I wake again, somebody taps into the need of the magic.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Like as I wake at 6, do I
Yeah.
notice somebody taps into my magic?
Into your magic, no. And what the two of them are doing is basically at breakfast.
Oh,
So
they wake at 7. I wake at 6. When they do their thing before me or after me, is there a problem? I go for the most famous of all magics, breakfast. I go for coffee, crumpets, and when I'm lucky, some fresh fruits, maybe a croissant or two. But life is difficult enough. I want some breakfast. They will call me when they need me.
do
Well,
you
yeah.
get Brian involved? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, if Brian shows up, then I would absolutely ask for help narrowing the field to pick the right person to send out there.
Oh, you are at the you are at breakfast to ask me?
Yeah, I'm like that's
Oh.
where I'm because I'm basically gonna need to stay in that room to cast the ritual.
Then I will put in a prime to that ritual.
And how would an outsider see you doing this?
Explaining to them how they are wrong. But I would, in the magic, would spread the magic from that more people will be reached in their magic to reach more people, as in you didn't think of this part. And then a little derogatory, but the magic would reach way further and reach more people, if
So
that is possible.
yeah, you're becoming more or less a magical repeater.
A repeater, but more of a that was a good thing for you to think of. But how about this part, which is structurally sound and built upon this?
So basically, Brian is correcting the imago that Nancy is drawing up very slowly and working their spell.
Yes. They're doing good job, but how about this point? How about you build from there?
Okay. Live tutoring. Wonderful. I think you can add another die.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
So now I have a dice pool of 3. Now I'm back to my starting dice pool. Cool. All right, I'll give it a rock. Let's see what we get. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I did not spend my willpower though. So let me,
spend
I guess,
your
roll again
willpower.
to roll the other 3 dice that I get from willpower, right?
Oh, wait. The paradox die was not non-success. Your
Oh, my
spell
spellcasting was.
worked.
Okay, it rolled both. Hey, look at that.
Hey,
Breach all die, even at Underland. All right, cool. Yeah, in that case, I think I found our asshole.
You found your asshole. That's absolutely right.
Out of mild, morbid 12-year-old sense of humor, curiosity. Can I learn this as a rote called "Find My Asshole"?
Um, I think one-time use isn't working, and you aren't archmage level to increase it to road level. But
Okay.
I think if you cast it often enough, you can make it into a praxis.
Good to know. That's going to be
So,
important later.
very much. Oh God. Okay. What a spell to end a session on. Thing is, you three are more or less techno bubbling magic for 2 whole meals.
Right.
Also, Nancy is talking in a metaphysical language that also involves summoning concepts into reality, and expressing ideas not necessarily only in words. There, rather quickly, is a huge empty space around the three of you. And you are aware that people are watching you. There are a few faces that you recognize. First of all, of course, it's Sadie Garber. It's a job to have an eye on strange things happening, and she is watching you out of a professional interest.
Do they break the rules that were given to me upon entering?
You aren't necessarily breaking any rules, no. You're
No,
just
no. Not that I don't break the rules. When I entered, I demanded all the rules upon entering. So all the others that want participation trophies, do they break those rules? Or are they announced as all the others are? Or can people just peek in without asking? Like Prime doesn't ask additions, they ask the rules. They ask, how is
I don't think I get you right now.
no,
I'm sorry.
like when I entered, I asked when the prime rulings of what are the rules of this void, this place I entered. And now others are entering, viewing, spying. How do those react upon those rules?
That would imply that they are seeing the same thing that you are seeing.
Exactly.
To most people, you're just strange. Apparently, Sadie is probably contemplating if you're insane. But it's also very hard to concentrate actually on the people's faces as you're performing your first big ritual in front of a crowd. And it is actually pretty interesting to me that you're not provoking any paradox by this, because there's so many people here. And the abyss is trying to get to you. trying to provoke you to overreach, to overestimate your own powers and limits, and just let loose, but you are in control. And you're watched by Sehigabe. And you're also watched by the good professor. He's looking at you and trying to get an assessment of what you're doing. Ellie, at some point, you feel being watched by your sister, assessed, judged. You feel more than you see that she is making notes. Maybe a new plan how to save you, or more drastic measures needed. Probably yes.
She can
And
think whatever she wants.
Nancy realizes there aren't only sleepers in this room. There are a few people who can see what you're doing.
Now, I know this wasn't the point of the spell, but can we make a mental note of who those folks are as a lovely side effect of our spell? Or can I just detect their presence?
The thing is, I still think you're very much concentrating on your spell, that it isn't falling, that it isn't failing. But there are 4 of you actually, and one of you is specialized in reading people. So I guess even though if you're not catching it, Judy probably very much is.
Right, even if it's so much as like me saying, hey, there's something's like that one over there is pinging weird, and that one over there is pinging weird, while I'm just noting them as they're sort of, passing by, like kind of highlighting the list, like you should look at this person harder, and you should look at this person harder, but that person is our mark for this. So.
Yeah, so you get the idea there are at least 3 other. You are probably also getting aware of Professor Capelli.
Okay.
And of course, you can't escape being seen by Holly Patterson, who is standing on the side of the crowd, more or less. People are still eating, just don't trying to be too close to you. And she is observing you very closely, trying to assess what you're doing. It is a
try
fate
to
spell,
meta
right?
hide Capelli?
Hmm?
Can I try to somewhat hide Capelli in those forms?
That's pretty hard. You're doing magic right now.
Just if I find out the possibility of trying to hide, because he's my teacher, not theirs. Not in the protecting, but in the greed sense. Not per se now, but like as in later. If I recognize his magic in other places.
Spells have like a signature of the people who are casting them. So if he is casting a spell and you investigate the effect, you can learn who it was. They are leads that would lead towards him as the caster.
But I would like first need to have a spell of his.
Seen probably, or seen him using his mage name
Yes.
or anything like this, seeing him in his true persona, which you haven't yet.
Indeed. So it's a problem for next time.
It is a problem for next time, yes. So you're looking still for the one person that fate's dictating or deeming the most horrible person in the room. And it is it's Nancy who's casting the spell. But Ellie is giving a lot of fate points into the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So the spell actually points out two people. One is Jesper Gotthard. He is from sales. He is doing great deals for the company. He is securing large orders. And if you want to get anywhere, you can go to Jasper, and you won't be a happy person, but you will for sure get this promotion. That's something that you know about Jasper. The second person is Theodora.
Sheesh.
And I think this is an opportune moment to say thank you for our dream wenches today and all the important conversations that we had and testing limits. So thank you very much, my dear players. Thank you very much, dear watchers, ceaseless watchers.
And real quick, just so I can make sure I have these in my notes, it was Jasper. And who was the second one?
Gotthard. I'm probably also pronouncing the name wrong.
Oh shit. Friends call him.
The whole world has fallen apart. We have had an
No.
No,
apocalypse.
I'm gonna get her. Hold on.
That's all right. And that on that note, while we're waiting, I don't know. Everybody should go over to Start Playing and sign up for the various games that are happening for Onyx Path Game Night in the coming weeks. And I'm assuming once they get back, we're going to be doing our wrap up, correct?
Yep, we will.
Excellent. So everybody hold tight. We're just going to chase down these gremlins that have infected the stream and slaughter them. But before we do, you have the opportunity to right click on that little link I just threw up in the chat and open in a new window and sign up for something. There are plenty of games already on offer. If you're interested in running something for Onyx Path Game Weekend, it is the last weekend of the month traditionally. That means this month it's the 26th through the 28th. lots of fun stuff to be done. I will be running 2 games myself, and both of those have early bird discounts offered as well, so you can hop on and get in at half price if you sign up early.
Yeah, I just looked at it and I noticed somebody is running The Haunting of Abbeyham Priory, which is a fucking good adventure.
Someone is running that. I'm not sure even who that is that's running it. Let's see.
Overlay should be fixed, but Ren kind of isn't yet.
I do not know that particular story guide, so that'll be interesting. I hope people should sign up and then let us know how it goes. Looks like
Yep.
that is a really, really fun adventure.
Yeah. Also, there is the Trinity Continuum Assassins introductory one shot.
Yep, that's me running that.
Oh,
Yeah. Somebody else might be too, but I'm running Fight at the Museum. Should be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
And that was a tasty bit that came out last year for Assassins. Good times.
Nice. Okay, great. I already plugged my games, so I still have a few openings on Saturday and Sunday this week. If you want to try out Alchemy or Vessen or the combination of the two, because you can't get them separated in these games. On Saturday and Sunday, I am running the introductory adventure Dance of Dreams for Vessen. And I've run this several times as a one-shot, and it is a very, very fun, well, horrific experience in a fun way.
And I, in fact, will be playing that one. So I'm going to go ahead
Yeah,
and...
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and throw the link to that in the chat as well, because you should be able to support our glorious and wonderful storyteller, Tom, by joining this game. So I'll throw that in the chat as well. If you want Tom to run you a game, here's a perfect opportunity right there in the chat.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, to that end, we've got our folks. Is there anything else that we need to do before we call it a day?
I need Tom for a question.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
A small hypothetical question is, I have noticed your kind of DMing, which I enjoy a lot, like very, very, very much a lot. Just not per se now, but later. So my question of the price of asking you to DM role play campaign something later. You're a good DM. I want you more. That's the big question, actually.
Yeah, I right now I'm very packed with the Vessen games, and
I know. That's why like best to ask in front and see when they can. That's the best.
I will probably set up a longer running campaign a little bit down the line. I actually haven't settled on a price yet. I will have to see about this because at the moment very much is changing in my life work-wise, and I have to do some calculations. And yeah, so if anything comes up, I am allowed to make advertising for my stuff on this channel, so I'm very happy about this, and I will let people know, and I will tell you as soon as I have come up with something new and incredible.
The other thing I would like to point out is, you know, if you may be listening to this and might be a fan of Tom's storytelling as much as we are, if you go to Tom's profile, which should be linked right in from that event that I shared, you can also request a booking and that will send Tom an email, and Tom can then decide like whether they can squeeze you into the schedule and what they would charge and yada yada yada. Same goes for me. You can also, if you see me anywhere on there, I have a request button as well.
And if you haven't been on Start Playing Games yet, we can also give you a referral code for $10 off. So that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much for these questions. And before Josie falls asleep, you might want to tell us about one or two cool things that you're doing.
Hi, I'm Josie. I sometimes do cool things. Today I did some cool things here, but had one of them days, so excuse me for indeed almost falling asleep. I do a little bit of voice acting. I'm just gonna quickly link my tiny Twitter here, for if people need voiceover or voice acting inquiries. And I'm also in the Her Crown of Fire audio drama that's still ongoing. So I'll link that here as well. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much. Ren, do you have anything to plug?
Nothing more than the wonderful DMs that give me the drugs that I need to continue my addiction.
Oh no.
No, the role play at all is just amazing, and just if people can and they see books or things they don't know, especially small things, join them, get some support. Might don't know them yet, but they might be very big things. Just not everything is Dungeons and Dragons 5e. Not everything is Vampire Masquerade, but the small things can be a lot of fucking fun. So just give the small ones some attention.
Yes. Yes, there's some very beautiful things out there. You're right. Thank you. Travis and I have talked a lot about the things that we are doing today, so I think we are good, aren't we?
We are. The last thing I just want to make sure is one last time I'm throwing the link in the chat for the New Year, New Game sale, which is active over at Drive-Thru RPG. Several core books and jump starts are in that sale. So if you want to try out a new game, you've never, tried one of our games before, there's a line you're interested in looking at, now's a great time to pick those up. They're on sale for 20 to 40% off, and the link is in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Tom, for a wonderful story as always. We will be returning 2 weeks' time for the next episode of Mage the Awakening, and I will be back here on the channel, I think, next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday for a new episode of Scarlands. So until then, everybody take care of yourselves and each other. Make sure you get your shots, that you're staying out of trouble, and we'll see you again real soon.
And safe dreams. Don't let anybody in you don't want.
Certainly do not. Absolutely. Especially not Nancy. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.